Hi, and welcome to the Orland Park Public Library's teen program about do-it-yourself photos. You might have seen a bunch of the different photo videos that pop up on Facebook and Instagram giving you tips on how to make really cool pictures. We've tried some of them out, and we're going to show you what our results were in this video and explain how to do them yourself. These photos can be done using your cell phone or an iPad, even a big regular like Canon professional camera. You can really use any kind of camera. You just have to tweak each of these tips a little bit to make them work for you. A lot of these can be done on your own, so you don't need a friend. You just use the timer on your phone. If you do need multiple people, you can do them socially distanced, standing at least 6 feet apart. But some of them you do need to be closer together to accomplish. So you might want to use a family member or somebody who lives in your household to accomplish these pictures. Let's get started and see what we can do. So first we're going to go into some of the pictures that we've seen online that involve using different colors and different lights, and how these people got these different tips, different tricks to work. So first, a really easy one. All you need is some clear tape and some permanent markers. So what we did was we just took a little bit of tape, we colored on it, and actually I did multiple colors on a lot of mine to test it out, and it made it even cooler in the long run. So all you do, color a piece of tape, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take that colored area and you're going to stick it over your camera piece, and that's going to give you a color filter. And what I found out is the darker the colors that you use, if you use like red and blue, the darker the colors, the better your pictures will turn out. So I'm going to put in an example of how my red and blue one turned out here. And I'm going to put in an example of my orange and green one, which are both, when using these particular markers, turned out a little bit lighter. This is an example of how these ones turned out, and I'm going to put that example in right now. And so as you can see between the two, the red and the blue made the picture look kind of cooler. The orange and the green, it was okay. I advise you guys to grab your own markers and try it out and see what you can do. It's an easy one. What I did find though is that perfectly clear tape, and you can use the stuff that's on a roll too. Perfectly clear stuff though works a lot better than trying to use frosted tape. If you use frosted tape, your pictures are going to turn out like this. So as you can see, not the best, but still doable. I suggest trying it out. Those ones I did all by myself, didn't need a friend to help me out. Just held my camera like a selfie, like I was taking a selfie, and it was cool and fun, and like I said, give that one a shot. I also tested the colors on bubble wrap. I thought, hey, it's got some texture. I've seen people use this online. I wonder how it will turn out if I use it. So I tried regular bubble wrap, and the picture turned out like this. And I tried coloring on it because the tape made it look really cool. So why not try bubble wrap with colors too? So I colored on that one, and this is how it turned out. Not the best. I would advise just sticking with the tape. But I also suggest try different textures. If you got some kind of other plastic at home, give it a shot and see how it works. If you've got, saran wrap or something else at home, try it. It's an easy way to bring cool colors to your pictures. I also tried using just regular plastic on my picture and just taking it and putting it in front of the camera, and it turned out like this. Not my favorite picture. Kind of makes it look like cracked glass a little bit, but I feel like it could have been better. Again, see what you got at home and try it out. And these ones, like I said, super easy to do by yourself. No friends or family needed to do them, and super easy. I also saw online somebody taking fishing line and putting it across the camera to kind of make it look like cool lines and stuff like that. When I was at home, I didn't have any fishing line, so I did have this little pipey type stuff. So I decided to give this a shot. I even colored it to see if that would give it a cool effect. Took it and taped it over the lens, trying to make a cool design, kind of zigzagging and stuff. This is how my picture turned out. As you can see, it's not the best picture. I think maybe if I had tried the fishing line, it might have turned out a little bit better, but I didn't get a chance to try it. I suggest you guys try it at home. Use just regular fishing line, tape it to the back of your phone, just, hold it over the lens, tape it down here. It's supposed to give it like really cool line light effects. Like I said, this one, thicker stuff, didn't work too well, but experiment at home and see what you can do. And if it works for you, please give us a shout out and tell us, because I want to know. All right, so our last thing that affects, or that has to do with lights and colors. So I see a lot of different videos and pictures done with taking a CD or a DVD, either one works, and using it to create cool light effects by bouncing the light off the CD. So I decided to try this one at home. I think this one might have been a little bit easier if I had used a friend or a family member to help me out with it. But this is what I got. So just holding it off to the side, trying to reflect light on me and make it look really like, almost like disco-y and cool looking. This is the effect I got for that one. As you can see, just kind of holding it off to the side, like trying to get that reflected light, it didn't really work for me. What did work though is holding it like this. So I'm trying to take a picture. I held this kind of next to the camera, like so. So if I was taking a selfie, I kind of held it underneath the camera to get a cool reflection. You can do it either way, selfie-wise or on the back. And I just kind of moved it around and played with it a little bit. And I got some really cool, different color looking reflection pictures doing it this way. And this is how those ones turned out. So, I would suggest, if you're going to play around with different discs to see how they work, doing it from the farther away part, getting that reflection, might work with a buddy. Like I said, still stay socially distanced if you're going to do that, though, or use somebody who lives in your home. If you want to do it yourself, though, try manipulating it and doing different things with it right next to your camera, like right underneath, and see what happens. I was able to get some pretty cool effects using it that way. But like I said, see what you can do and let us know how your stuff turns out. So that's what I got for color and lights. Next, I'm going to move on to different manipulation type things. So taking things around you and trying to manipulate it using distance and different effects. And A lot of these ones you do need somebody to help you out with. They're a little harder to actually accomplish if it's just you. If you're going to do it by yourself, you do need some kind of like camera stand to take these pictures, doing it selfie-wise. I tried and it wasn't working out too well. But still, they turned out really cool. And let's get to it. So the first one I want to tell you about is using a picture frame. Now the picture frame I used was bigger and it did not have this little thing around the edge here. It just had the actual frame and the glass. So I've seen a lot of different ones where people put different material on top, put the glass or frame above themselves, and took the picture looking down. So I decided to try this with a couple different things. First, I built myself a little stand using 2 chairs and put my frame with just the glass. You take the back off, of course, so the glass is above you. I tried it with dirt, thinking like, it might kind of look cool. It might look like you're buried or like trying to go through a cave or something. So I tested it out. The dirt worked okay. This one I tried to do by myself. This is how it turned out. So, as you can see, it's kind of cool. If I would have spent more time on it and tried a little bit harder, I might have been able to manipulate it a little bit more to make it look cooler. I suggest you try that one on your own too and see what you can do. The next one, though, kind of turned out really cool and is perfect for winter. So I did one with ice and water. So again, took my frame, put it between 2 chairs, put ice on top of it, and of course the ice is going to melt a little bit. I actually crushed my ice. You don't want just big ice cubes because it's going to look like you're in a freezer. But I crushed the ice to make it look kind of snowy, icy, like I was underwater almost. Put this above 2 chairs, had one of my family members come. I laid underneath it and looked up, and they took the picture, and this is the effect it made. So that one turned out kind of cool. I kind of like that one. It kind of looks like I'm underneath ice, like in the water or something like that. That one was really fun to do. We actually had a good laugh doing it because the frame fell down on me and spilled ice and water all over me. And even though it sounds kind of goofy and horrible, it was still a lot of fun. We had a good time doing that one. And it kind of turned out cool. So I would say the picture frame one is a success. Give it a shot. See what you can do. You know, you could always use sand if you wanted to make it look like you're on a beach. You could do different shapes on it to make it look like a heart or any kind of different thing. Experiment. Like I said, though, this one you do need at least 2 people for, so it's harder to socially distance. So use family members. But yeah, a lot of fun with this one. Next one is those cool shots that you get where you're kind of like looking up and you can see somebody's like foot and it looks like they're standing on a camera, like they're really tall. The photo kind of looks like this. So that's how mine turned out. So what I did is I went into my backyard. I have stairs in my backyard that look like this. And all I did was I stood on the bottom step with my foot hanging off mostly, had the phone underneath, I did this one all by myself, set the timer, kind of lined it up, and took the picture, and that's how it turned out. That one was really easy to do by myself. You can find anything that's up high to stand on to create that effect. Anything from steps to benches to like concrete barrier wall type things. Experiment and see what you can do. Get outside, find cool things to stand on, get that cool background. That one was a lot of fun to create and super easy. Did it in my own backyard by myself. You could even do it on your stairs in your house if you wanted to and accomplish the same effect. Try it out, see what you can do. The last one that kind of goes into my manipulation using different closenesses and distances is using toys to make yourself look like you're being eaten by a dinosaur or being chased by a ghost or whatever you got laying around the house. For my picture, I used a toy dinosaur that we had laying around, and you do need a partner to help you out with this one. So again, I used a family member for this one. We went into the backyard and I got chased by a dinosaur. And this is what the pictures look like. So they turned out pretty cool. I think if we played around a little bit more, we could have made it look a little bit more realistic, but we still had fun doing it. So for these pictures, what you need to do is you need a toy, any sort of toy. I've got my buddy Slimer here to help me out today. So if you know anything about how cameras work, and this is a really simple part type thing, the closer your toy gets, the bigger he gets or appears. The farther away he gets, the smaller he looks. So if I put him closer to the camera, he looks like he's really big, and he kind of looks like he is coming to get me. And then the farther away he looks, more like just a little toy that's in my hand. So if you have a buddy at home, you can mess around with some different toys and see if you can get that same effect. You can even use it with different people. So if your friend put their foot close to the camera and raised it up so it looks like they're going to step on you, and you're standing way far away and you're like, you can make it look like your friend's going to step on you or your family member's going to step on you. I advise, try it out. See what you can do at home. We had a ball doing this one too. My family member even wanted pictures taken like this with the dinosaur. So, like I said, see what you can do with what you have at home and let us know, because we're curious to see how your pictures turned out too. All right. So, moving on to our last group of things that we experimented with. We did different kind of like tubes to give us more of a frame. So let's see. So first, using things like a toilet paper tube. You can even use a paper towel tube. Anything that you got laying around the house that's tube shaped. I was seeing a lot where they put sand or dirt or different things into the tube and just took regular old glue, put glue all over the inside, spread out around whatever they were going to use, and used it as kind of a frame. So you could even bend these things to make, different shapes. I think I could kind of bend it. And make a heart. So then you get kind of a heart shape. I could bend it better, but for a quick example, that's one thing. I decided, because I have a big dog, that I wanted to make one that kind of looks like a hole, so that it looks like my dog dug a hole. So what I did is I just took a bunch of just dirt from my yard and glued it inside. So when I held it up, it kind of looks like I'm inside of a hole, or like I'm standing outside of the hole that I dug and my camera's in the hole. I experimented taking pictures with this both inside the house and out. This is what my inside pictures turned out to look like. And then these are what my outside pictures turned out to look like. I would say the outside ones definitely turned out better. If you've got more light behind you, nice blue sky, the pictures turned out a lot better than inside with just like your regular kitchen lights or house lights shining onto it. The effect does definitely work. I'd say experiment with different materials. Try the dirt if you want. You can even make it look like, if you hold it up, hold a flower like it looks like you're going to plant a flower. Or, if you have a dog, try and take a picture so it looks like your dog was digging the hole, like I did. Try different things and see what you can do. This type of a photograph you can do all by yourself. Really easy, really fun. You can try it with, like I said, try it with sand, make it look like you're on a beach. Try it with the dirt. Try it with anything you can think of. I've seen people use anything from different noodles to, noodles, to dirt, to sand, to different colored stuff that they stuck in there. Try anything and everything. That's kind of fun. So something that kind of goes along with this type of a thing is I tried to make it look like a snowy background. So when I took these pictures, there was no snow outside. It was actually kind of warmer. My one regret is that I didn't wear wintry looking clothes. It probably would have been a cooler picture had I done that. So if you're going to try a winter scene, I would advise putting on a hat and gloves at least so it makes it look more wintry. But this is what I did. So I took this old piece of styrofoam. You don't have to have a block kind. Even if you just have a flat piece of styrofoam, you can still accomplish this effect. I put a hole in the middle, and I used that as my camera focal area. So the camera, where's my phone? Went lined up like that. So the camera was lined up with the hole. It went around kind of like this. And I did need a family member to help me out with this effect. I stood on the other side of the camera I had a bunch of styrofoam pieces, and I put them in my hand, and I just went, so it made the styrofoam look like it went, and it looked like I was blowing snow, and created a pretty cool effect. I did do it on a windy day. That was a regret too. If it wasn't windy, I think it would have turned out better. There would have been less styrofoam just going everywhere and blowing out of my hands. But it was a lot of fun to do. Again, it was another one that my family member was like, "Oh, I want to try it too." So it was a lot of fun to do. This is how my picture turned out. As you can see, it turned out pretty cool. I think if I had tried and practiced a little bit more, it would have turned out even better, and I can't wait to try it again. But like I said, try it out for yourselves and see what happens with your pictures, because like I said, we're dying to know. My last couple things that I tried, so I did have this crinkly piece of cardboard laying around, and I tried, creating this kind of a tube. With this kind of cardboard, you can even make different shapes, make a heart, make a triangle, make a circle, any kind of thing you want. The different bumps inside kind of creates a cool framing element to your pictures too. When I did this one, this is how that picture turned out. I would say it's pretty cool. I don't think I would have gotten that effect with anything else that I had tried. You can't do that with just a regular paper towel roll or anything like that. This was just random packaging from something that we got, probably a Christmas present or something. So anything you have laying around the house can work for these pictures. Give it a shot. This one I was able to use by myself, like doing a selfie with it. You also use a family member to help you out to manipulate the pictures and different things. And then the last thing I used, I had a water bottle. So it was a full water bottle, and I just chopped it up into pieces little by little to see how the pictures would work. So first I cut off the bottom. I tried taking a picture through just the bottom, and this is how that one worked. I cut off the top and unscrewed the top cap and tried taking a picture holding the phone up like that to give it kind of, you got this part giving you kind of a frame. And this is how this picture turned out. And then I had this piece left over. So I held the phone up like this to the camera and took a picture. And this is how that one turned out. So each different piece, each different element gave my photos a little bit of a different feel to them. Some of them turned out better than others. I think I kind of like the one that was with this piece the best. If you hold it up, that's kind of an example of what you can get. They were a lot of fun to do, easy to do, something around the house. Like I said, experiment with what you have. You can do different water bottles, use a tin can if you have one. Use, a milk carton. Try it, see what you can do. These are some of the ideas that we saw online that we thought were cool, that we thought we would would try out. And we showed you what our examples looked like, what our photos looked like when we tried it. So thank you for watching our video. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you try out some of these awesome ideas. See what your results are. Let us know, please, in the comments below which ideas worked for you, which ideas completely bombed. If you tried something new, or if you know something at home that you're like, oh, I always do this kind of thing to my pictures and it turns out wonderful. Let us know. Let your friends know down below so other teens just like you can make awesome pictures too. I hope you had fun, and we'll see you in our next video.